And here we are, back again in the middle of the night. You know what I'm talking about. Don't don't you hate these? And you just in the middle of the night, trying to get a sleep, but then you just watch an interesting video, and then it keeps you up. It just keeps you awake, especially in winter. And winter is cold, and I hate winter because it's so cold. So yeah, hello, welcome back. I'm that one, Elliot, and welcome back to what we'll talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. I promise this is the last time I'll talk about this series. I promise. So, Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, these old freaking ways. The last 4 times I talked about it technically 5, where I talked about Fnaf World. Because I thought it was interesting. Was okay. But then Scott had to release a book. Yeah, he's gonna release a novel, which is apparently the untold story. So more things coming out from Scott. Not only for that world, for that movie, but for that book called Five Nights at Freddy's: The Untold Story. And I'm loving the title, The Untold Story. Nice name. But let's start that and about FNAF 4. Everyone's eyes are concentrated onto this game and this game only. And everyone seems to agree on one thing. And this one thing has been keeping me up all night, seeing if I can try and debunk it. The Dream Theory. They see Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 3 are dream. And FNAF 4 is also a dream. So they see the whole entire game series is a dream. Or a nightmare. I would say atmosphere, but well, what can you do? So, that's the long and short of it. There's a ton of evidence backing up that it's a dream and all that. However, I still do have some questions like how does the phone guy exist? Where did his voice come from? Where the heck did phone guy dude come from? I guess he could be gender in history. Yes. But hey But anyway, we have to debunk this in order to make my mind shut up about. And that's really hard to do because dreams, you can have anything as long as you have memories. Do you think? And there's just one question I'm bugging about me. Why would the dreaming the event happening in this order? I mean, I think that FNAF 1, FNAF 2, and FNAF 3 all happened in this kitchen. And FNAF 4 happens at the end. Takes you at the end of the slash bar. So, the question is, why having these specific dreams? Well, well, that's also explained that Fnaf 4. Because you're also having these dreams as well. So you kinda went into a dead war if you try to go at that. However, I did find a way to go around this dream theory. And finally destroy it. I know how to destroy dream theories. And that is... working like this. Because it's awesome. That is awesome. Anyway. The way you destroy dream theories is to prove they weren't a dream. But Elliot, isn't that the point? Oh, sure. But let's say it was a dream. The question is now, why? Why wasn't this place shut down? I know logic goes out the window when you're a dream, but heyo, why doesn't anything else? Oh, and plus in the last dream, lights do something, where lights actually kill you, the fourth game, but doesn't kill you in the first dream. Why? And why do I have a Freddy head? How does this guy know what the inside of a Freddy head looks like? It's impossible without being stuffed into one. But then again, everyone has Max. But not a real wishes at this one is. Come on, it even makes a real wishes sound, so it's probably the real wishes Freddy has. Without all those crossfires and stuff. And how... And the next question is, why would phone guy or phone dude be saying these specific things? I mean, they're too specific. Now sure, you could have voices in your head, but you can't really make them say the specifics of your mind's eye. And plus I have one question. Why did he mix up 1987 in his first dream? Then here's my final question. Why did he predict his own bite? Yes, the bite of 87. That's the biggest question of them all, and which totally and utterly destroys this game dream theory at all times. As long as the bite of 87, and we assume for that one is the first dream, that it utterly destroys it. Because how can the person predict his own instant with the bite? How? Oh. Kinda sort of fairy there. A game fairy. Debunking everything since now. So yeah, I just debunked a dream theory. And I'm awesome. So the question is, what does 4 Games 1 story name now? And what with all these questions? Well, I still think my theory was sort of right. How that Fnaf 2's location was open at the same time of this, including the toy animatronics. However, they weren't ready the front line, the main electronics were, because they were still in use. And then the bite of 83 happens, which causes the restaurants to shut down. And when they reopened, they reopened in 1987. But the company tried to cover up the bite of 83 in that time. Hence the big time gap of 5 years. Yes. So when the investigations team searched the place in Fnaf 2, they discovered the bite of 83, but they think it happened in this year, so they mistake it for the bite of 87. I just explained the bite of 87 in a way that made sense. Wow. And people couldn't do that for a whole couple of so games. So, assuming everything almost entry, which I think almost is just the purple guy, the phone guy. Every theory that game theory has done is correct, except the final Fnaf 4 theory. But still, if you use my theory plus the first 3 theories altogether, you get the correct story. Well, except for purple guy not being the phone guy. And they and the Chun still being out for vengeance, or that, yes. But still, yeah, that's basically my theory. That the events are connected. But how are they connected? They all take place in the West once. Fnaf 1 takes place in the first pizzeria that got closed down. And I don't really need to explain Fnaf 3 because that was based off of Fazbear's. It's also based off of that. And you get an animatronic. Oh heck, even the minigames are very. Oh, you just gonna explain that? Ooh, did this dream inside a dream and chess and stuff? Yeah, no. If you're gonna have dreams inside a dream, yes, none of the stuff makes sense. And how you pressing buttons on a pen? No. Oh. Spy logic. Don't question it. No, seriously, spy logic. Don't question it. Sometimes I seen a spy movie once where they use a panel device like that one, which the tiles are the numbers, and they had to remember and put them in the correct order. I don't know about you, but that seems what is happening here. Given some mystery to this place, I guess. And it does activate the minigame for you. Don't know how I will know the password, but hey-o. Hey-o. You find it out through one minigame, you use it, the next day, getting the good ending. And so, there is the quick story of Fnaf. I just broken that truth. So, basically, in tonight's episode, I not only broken the dream theory, switches right down the center, but also made my definitive Fnaf theory. But the question is, what lurks in shadows? I don't know. I think it's referring to Shadow Barney, since he seems to be working with the puppet in all these games. So, and Shadow Eddie, because they're both helping in some way or another through all these dreams. So, there you go. Ew, I just sold all the Scott's speech and all that jazz. I know I need now is Scott's confirmation on it, which will I never get until the book comes out, which will get our definitive Fnaf answers from. So, this has been that one Elliot signing out for the final time talking about Fnaf. Or is it? Bum bum. Ooh.